Oh, sugars, we're talking about pasta. We're talking about not good pasta. And then we're also talking about a sexy bartender who's getting the makeover of his life. It's Queer Eye on Netflix.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Step my money fast and go fast, fast, fast like a Lambo. I be jumping off the stage.
We needed a little Beyonce.
I feel like I need a bow because of my shirt. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Queer Eye. I have to say, Charles Connolly, who's not here today, Liam just shamed him with his music choices because yours are way better. Charles is always Mr. Cheesy, which I love, but it's a very different musical vibe.
We're taking our motto. We're aiming higher.
We're aiming higher. We're Michelle Obama-ing this show.
Yes.
Yes, I love my queen. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Queer Eye. This is episode 3, season 2.
Yes.
Unleash the Beast on Netflix's Queer Eye. We are so excited to be here today. We're going to jump in. My name is Marr, and this is my lovely panel today.
What's up, guys? I'm a new face here on this channel. I'm your girl, Christine Alexis. So happy to be here with you guys. I love Queer Eye, and yeah, I'm excited.
We're glad that
We're
you're
happy
here.
to have you.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you.
Lian Castillo, Hollywood Lian here as always, bringing the sass. and
You've
the
been out of the
class.
picture, but I'm glad you're back.
I've been out, but I'm here now, and I'm queer.
That's funny.
And we go and ape shit.
We go. Now, this is July 1st, so did y'all have a good Pride month?
Yes, we
I
did.
did.
Did you remember it, Lian?
Halfway. You know what, though? Let me just say this publicly. I'm really going to miss Pride Month because of the little Pride letters on Instagram. You know, when you hashtag.
they're
we
still
have Pride,
up.
and
They're
it becomes
still
a rainbow.
up. I'm so
Yeah.
happy about it. But you know they're going to be gone soon, and I'm going to miss that.
It was so cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss that too.
Yeah.
That was. You had a good Pride,
I
Christine.
did. LA is such a fun city during Pride Month.
It is.
Like
It
West
is.
Hollywood was pumped. Like it was great. I went
is.
out, had fun, supported all my friends in the community, and it was great.
I was
Thank you.
bi-coastal.
You're bi.
Were you
something.
with that?
And
in New York?
bisexual. No, I'm
bi-
kidding. Just bi-coastal.
Just by coastal.
Celebrating Pride everywhere.
Well, we are going to keep celebrating Pride here because we are only into the 3rd episode. And we've got, I can't do math, 8 minus 3, 5 more episodes left to Queer Eye, so we're going to keep going strong, y'all. So today we got some news coming up about the Queer Eye Fab Five. We've got a special segment called the Cry Meter. We're going to get to that later. But first, let's jump in and talk about this episode. So, sexy, manly, beastly, in a good way. Bartender. I mean, he was serving daddy realness. It's Leo, right? I want to say Leo, but they pronounced it Leo.
And then everyone called him Leo by the end.
I know. I was confused. I just want to get it right for you, Leo, wherever you are. But his wife, Bethany, Bethany nominated him, right? Because he was in a hot mess. What did you think about his style
He was a little
before the
stump, a little
Yeah, what do you
stump.
think where he was
Yeah.
before the Fab Five came?
I think he was just in a little rut. You know, sometimes we can all be in one of those. And he just needed to pick himself up, you know, put a little glitter on that hunchback and just get it going
Oh
on,
my
you
God.
know?
I agree. He's a
missed you so
total
much.
sweetheart.
He was a sweetheart.
No, he's a sweetheart. You could tell he just needed a little push. He even said it at one point in the episode, like, continue to push me. I need that sometimes. And like, he's just a sweetheart. He needed a little fine tuning and
fine-tuning.
He had a big heart. That's what I loved about him the most.
I didn't know if you were
Big
going to say heart.
No.
I was worried. I was
That's
worried.
the next episode. We'll talk about big stuff.
Yeah.
No. He had a big heart, and I love that about him. You could tell there was potential there. He just needed a little haircut, a little fine tuning. But I love that he was open to the experience.
I
Yes,
think he's been
he
the
was
most open so
He
far.
was way open.
Totally.
Like, I thought he was going to make out with somebody at one point.
JVN.
Yeah, just like, let's do 2 dudes just hanging
And
out.
he was like, "You look
who respect
so
one each other."
good.
Put your tongue in my mouth. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Well,
Christine's
JVN
like, what
usually
channel am I
says
on?
something.
Yeah, usually. JVN usually is he's the biggest flirt.
Exactly.
For sure on the show. And so Leo is a bartender, right? Or he owned a bar? Or, I
He's
couldn't
a
remember. if he was-
bartender.
did he- yeah. So he's a bartender, but he's also apparently a great cook. But his wife was like,
Honey, we all drink.
we all drink, but apparently he cooks. But they were like, He ain't cooking
Someone's
for me.
gotta pour it.
Somebody's got to pour it.
Listen, in his defense, I do work as a server at a restaurant. I've been a bartender for years. I know what it's like to fall into that trap of always just taking home food. But like every night,
Why do you think I'm
honey.
fat? Because I work in a restaurant as well, and I'm eating everything when I should just be concentrating on the tables. But
I mean,
It's a different
obviously.
story.
It's a different story.
But like I could get that. Like when I saw that, I was like, okay, I understand that. But like, fam,
easy.
those fries that they pulled out of his fridge,
yeah, that was gross.
no, just throw
Well,
it
and
away.
so the Fab Five invade, and of course, Antoni decides to make an omelet of all the things in the fridge.
He's slightly disgusting.
He is. He smells
He's
things.
gorgeous. Yeah, he's like
You know he's like Dirty Pig. You know he like buys Nasty Pig online.
he
That's,
is.
I'm not being gross. That's an actual
Yeah.
clothing line.
I think Antoni would like totally be down to smell some armpits. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, he's a
Oh, for
sniffer.
sure. Oh, he's a sniffer.
He's a sniffer, and
yeah.
you know the whole thing with the kitchen sink. He literally put
Yeah,
the
he
whole
would
kitchen
be like,
sink.
"Oh wow, your armpit smells like patchouli and like some type of pickle." That's
And then
what he
if
would
we
say.
just top
yeah.
it with rosemary,
Yeah,
it'd be
exactly.
amazing.
So what now? Would y'all have eaten or
No.
ate?
No.
So you
I
would
was a
be team
10.
10. Team 10.
Tan was like, "No, I can't. This is disgusting."
I have a really sensitive stomach, so it's a no for me.
Oh,
Thanks.
it's an. I don't think I would have either.
I have a stomach of steel. I can handle anything. trust me.
Oh.
But I just don't
Good.
think I would have. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, someone said it was good, and I don't remember because it was. I was honestly kind of blocking
it was
my
Karamo.
hand. Yeah, Karamo will eat anything, girl.
You
anything.
would know,
Put a
baby.
little hot sauce on it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
That's what we
Exactly.
do in the South.
Little salt and pepper.
Little salt and pepper. Now, speaking of Karamo, the way we're doing the episode now is we're going to talk about breakup and talk about the different guys and their roles in the show. So I asked y'all at the beginning when we were kind of talking, like, who do you think had the biggest part? And there was a consensus that almost everybody seemed to have a pretty big hand in this episode, but Karamo seemed to be kind of the leader of the pack, right?
Totally.
What do you think? So let's talk about Karamo really had the mission of apparently Leo. I'm just going to call Leo because Leo sounds weird. Leo to me. Leo is not confident around the other dads.
Yeah.
So it's like, which I'm glad that they talked about this because I feel like men in general just don't talk about confidence they talk about being confident, but there's not a lot of conversations about what do you do when you're not a confident guy.
Exactly.
Don't you think? So
Totally. And then throw in parenting on top of
Yeah.
that. It's like a double-edged sword. So I could totally see how he was reserved and feeling judgmental. And also, like, they really didn't play it up on it, but he was also like a Mexican guy living in Georgia. So I feel like there was also that aspect as well. He's the only
yeah, they didn't
white
talk
guy
about that.
there. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I feel like Karamo really took on the lead and was like, I can really relate to this. I was a young dad. Not just a young dad, but, you know, a gay young black guy. So at the same time, he was judged. At the same time, people were looking at him like, "Oh, you're the big brother."
And he's from the
like,
South, too,
No,
yeah.
Right.
He's like, "I'm the dad, actually." So
Yeah.
I feel like he really related to this one. So he really wanted to make sure that that bond was there, and I think it was.
I can agree with you. I definitely think Karamo had the biggest impact on Leo because especially because that happened before the makeover happened, and I think those were the two things that he needed the most: that boost of self-confidence, and then an actual physical makeover because that was affecting the way that he interacted with people.
The way he carries himself.
Yeah, because he thinks that people are looking at him like, oh, this guy's really sloppy. They don't respect him the same. So I think handling those two things were really key. Like fixing his house and everything else definitely enhanced his life, but the core issues here were the way he viewed his body, his insecurities, his self-esteem issues, and like connecting with other people like him, like other dads.
For sure. And then I was trying to think, Tan says he and his husband want to have children, but Karamo's the only one who's currently a father, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I think that's, again, what I love about this show is I think they're bringing, like, for people that are watching this back in Oklahoma or wherever that maybe don't know a lot of queer people, just thinking of us, well, we're parents too. We screw
Exactly.
up our kids just like straight people do.
Exactly.
Right? Just like straight people.
Everybody's the same. honey.
Everybody's the same. And so Karamo organized, there were some cute dads in that group. Can we talk about some of it? No, there was, so Karamo organized
Christine's
like,
it's not my
yeah,
aesthetic.
he organized a daddy retreat, which normally for gay people is a whole different thing. It's
Yeah,
like-
you know what, Matt? I usually am quite the pervert. I'm just gonna agree with Christine on this one.
Really? You didn't think any of the dads were cute?
No, nothing really jumped out at me.
Something jumped out of me.
Oh, tell us.
God.
Do tell.
I just thought, well, also too, like every time I see a cute baby, my ovaries drop, and then I start yelling at my boyfriend. And I'm like, baby, I want one, and then even though he's black, I can see him turn red. Like it's like a whole thing, and he's like, we can't talk about this now. So maybe that's maybe there was just some cute
Got
kids
some
in
baby
there.
fever, huh?
I do. I do. Take
goodness.
the temperature.
The
I'm
only
ready.
type of sexual feelings that I felt was between Leo and his wife. I'm like, you know what?
Oh, we're gonna get
We
to
talk
that.
about that. Those
She was
two.
great, by the way. She was kind of like really chill.
She really wanted the best for her husband,
She did.
and it was very evident, and it was beautiful.
I love
Their
that
children were pretty too.
you can tell
were.
that she genuinely loves him. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, not to shit on Leo. He's a cool guy, but I mean, outside looking in, people would probably look at them and be like, "How are they together?" But she
Yeah.
loves him. You can tell.
She's probably like, honey, he's a Latin lover. Let me just
I
tell
mean,
you, I'm all about that.
I've been
That mouse
there.
too,
I'm with
like-
you, Bethany.
We're just really good lovers, Sorry, but we are.
You are.
We're super passionate.
Sorry.
We're super passionate. We just put everything we have into it.
True.
That's all I want to
That
say
was
about
me
that.
sipping.
That was sipping tea, and I don't want to get us kicked off the air, so I'm just gonna move on because I can't respond to any of this.
Oh, man.
Now I'm hot and bothered, and I want to have Lian's baby. No, all right. Let's talk
Get in
about
line, baby.
Yeah, let's talk about fresh pasta, and by
Yes.
fresh pasta I mean Antoni. Let's talk about
Antoni.
So Antoni makes this horrible omelet, but he comes back with Leo, and he really has this conversation about how he can cook easy things, make them like in the morning in advance for his family. I mean, I was kind of impressed that a gay person was telling somebody to eat carbs. Really, I
Well,
was like,
I feel like Antoni was on a good start, and then when he said fresh pasta, I'm like, girl, did you not listen to
I don't
anything?
feel like that's easy.
It's not easy. He's a bartender. He's up late at night. He gets up really, really late in the daytime, and he wants to have something on the table by the time she comes home at 5 o'clock.
Like-
I know what that's like because I work in a restaurant. I work really, really late. So sometimes when a 9 to 5 person comes home at 5 and you're still in pajamas, to them it feels like, what have you been doing all day?
Right.
But it's like, I've been sleeping because I work at nights. But
Yeah.
so I know what he feels like. He wants to just have something for her when she gets off work. And it's nice to come home to a meal. So I feel like he was on the right path. But then as far as food choices, the pasta was a horrible idea.
I agree. I think two things with that. One, I think the whole experience that they had with the chef, learning how to make it and doing all that, like that was a fun activity for
Exactly.
him. If you wanted to because it's essentially pampering the person for the week and
Yeah.
teaching them. That would have been such a great thing for him, knowing that he wants to learn how to cook, just have that experience, but then take a practical real world application. I think Antoni could have modified it for him, like, hey, I know this would be ideal, but being that you're a bartender and you work late, your schedule isn't ideal, let's do a faster version. Last time I checked, pasta is like $2 a box at Target. You know what I mean? Not saying to go the cheaper route, but you have a family.
Fresh pasta is kind of incredible.
Well, they could do that for a
It
date
is-
night.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
exactly.
Special occasions.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Real world application
Yeah.
on a day to day. I think they could have tweaked it and figured out a cool family style thing that they could do, because that's essentially what he was trying to get
Yeah,
at.
maybe
I
like a
think
casserole
Antoni-
or
share.
something.
Antoni lives in Williamsburg, and he's not in touch with the rest of the world.
I mean, he
That's
did
what I
say in
think.
the episode, he's like, this is the kind of person who I think I can preach the fresh pasta gospel
No.
to, because he thought, they
No.
had time, but
And
we don't
he's-
have time.
It's not like
Antoni.
he's Italian. I mean,
Yeah.
too. It's
it
not
was
like
it was really strange, but we
I
love
think-
Antoni and he's super cute, so we just went with
No, I
it.
love
Should have
him, but
made
I think they had a corporate sponsor with the Braun pasta maker. That's what I
Oh
think
my
happened. I feel like
God.
Braun
They
was
put the
like,
thing there
how do we
later.
put our corporate branding in this show? And they're like, we're going to give you a pasta maker that doesn't work on the
shade.
show.
How embarrassing for that company too, right?
I know, because I'm like, they should have.
It totally didn't
Because
work.
I was
It
all
a
looking.
fail.
I was because hello, I eat carbs, bitches. I don't care. So I totally was like Amazoning, like pasta maker. Ooh, I need that, and it
I
didn't work, and I was
know.
like, delete.
How much was it?
It was like $200.
Oh no.
$229. It got good reviews on Amazon. I was getting very excited.
I'll just go down to the Olive Garden.
I know. I was literally on my
Do you
phone
think
going.
that it worked and he just didn't do it right?
I mean, maybe,
That
but
could
they
be a
should have shown that.
possibility.
That would, that voice you heard was Bree in the booth. But still, I was literally like
Possibly.
saying, I was telling my boyfriend, babe, we're gonna make fresh pasta and have a baby. And
I
then
was
all that
actually going to
changed.
be really surprised because he did just throw in like a big ball of Play-Doh and expected like fettuccine fettuccine Alfredo to come out.
I was very concerned about that too because I thought there would have been a little more prep even with that
or
machine.
more moisture. Like
He just like poured it in the thing and
was
threw it in
weird.
there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he didn't look like he really measured it or anything.
No. Or at least go to like Italy and buy the fresh pasta. I don't know.
But let's give him credit though
I
because
mean, they don't have Italy in Georgia.
They don't.
it was a fail and he totally bounced back
He
really
did.
quickly. Like,
He did.
come on.
He did. He just grabbed regular pasta.
And-
And Antoni was like, I am horrified. But his hair looked really cute.
I know.
And his
I'm like,
pink
why are you
suit.
horrified?
That suit?
Let him,
Oh my
let
God.
him
Yeah.
do his pasta.
Like, you taught him the sauce. He did everything else. It's called, obviously, it's called being a dad on the fly. So,
Exactly.
yeah. So, I don't know. I love Antoni. And he cooks cooler stuff off the show. But, man, on this show, I never...
Yeah, this
I'm
episode.
just waiting.
I liked what he was wearing though.
Yeah, he could have taught them how to make like a big Mexican breakfast that could last, you know.
Seriously,
Yeah.
some chorizo,
something,
some huevos
huevos
rancheros.
Yeah, like-
exactly.
Or like a
That's
fajita
what I was
casserole
thinking.
or something like
I
that.
was
That's like
thinking
you
a
could heat
family
up.
style casserole for
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah,
I love some
even
Mexican
lasagna,
casserole.
something bigger. You know,
Yeah.
like
I was thinking that, but it's still pasta, and I'm like, well, I was ragging on the pasta. But
Listen, pasta
I
is
was
life.
thinking that though. I was like something big for the table,
Well,
a family of 4. You know
Yeah,
what I
the
mean?
kids are going to eat. That's not like super, whatever.
no,
Whatever.
but he
One of them
wanted
was a baby,
pancetta
but
and
it's fine. We'll
tomatoes.
do
Yeah,
that.
it's
Pasta.
fine. Whatever now. I want pasta. Okay, so moving on. But before we move on, I just want to remind everybody that you're watching the reality channel here at AfterBuzz. And we just want to remind y'all that we've got other shows going on. We've got, I'm doing Southern Charm. What other shows are y'all on right now?
I'm
Housewives.
also on the reality TV channel. I host the Bachelorette After Show.
Oh, that one's a big one.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And
Bachelor
you're
Nation.
doing Real Housewives of New York, right?
Real Housewives of New York City Wednesday nights. So check it out. Below Deck, we do Below Deck.
Below Deck. Oh, you're with Laura.
No. I'm saying we do Below Deck.
Oh,
and
we
I'm a
do
big
Below
fan
Deck.
of it.
Oh, it is that's a big show. So see, we have all these different reality shows, and then if you're into other stuff, whether it's comic book, I do the Arrows, we all do. Be sure to check out the AfterBuzz channel, and if you subscribe to that little channel, put in the comments that you subscribed, and you know that we're gonna shout you out because we're thirsty.
Yeah.
We're thirsty, and we're gonna be like, thank you. So be sure to check that out, and we love you all very, very, very much. And lastly, if you're listening on the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, or now Google has Google Podcasts that you can listen to on your
Yes.
Android phone, leave a review, sugar. Put 5 stars and say we love you, queers and Christine. Just
Yes.
say it.
I love you too.
Just say it. All right, let's. So you give somebody else we love. I mean.
JVN.
Tan gets hotter and hotter to me every episode.
Really?
Yes. The
Okay.
accent, the silver hair. I know I'm normally into well, black man, we talk about that on the show, everybody. But
It's no secret, honey.
Karamo's my favorite, obviously. But still, Tano, he just talks, and his hair almost reminds me of, it's like it looks fake. It's so pretty. It always looks
perfect.
It
it's
is very
perfect.
perfect. I'll say
like,
that.
I want to interview him and just ask him, how do you get your hair like that?
Every day.
I've
every
always
day.
wanted hair like that, and people with curly hair, we just can't have hair like that.
No, I'm
You need like a perm.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that this was one of Tan's best episodes, actually. I feel like
yeah.
he really brought out the best in Leo. Really.
I think that I mean, I guess Bobby was involved in this too, but maybe it was Tan as well. But the closet reorganization was really cool.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I felt like what he did, because at first I didn't know, he did like the jean jacket, and I was like, I like it, but it still looked too casual.
Very casual.
Yeah.
So I like, as someone who is my mother maybe bought me jeans that said husky on them. So as someone who's not necessarily the most svelte, I never thought about like a shirt with a pattern kind of breaks up love handles or wherever you. So y'all know after this I'm gonna like run to Target and just buy me like multi-pattern stuff, and maybe it'll make me look slimmer.
I was just happy
I
that
like
Tan
tip.
didn't have white shoes for him. I'm like, oh, finally, we retired the white shoes.
He did. He had some really nice shoes.
First off, that closet was amazing to start with. He had a lot to work with. Like, I needed that closet. It was huge.
He had a lot.
Yeah. But I agree. Tan sometimes is a miss for me with some of the selections, but he always does like give good tips. Like, you could apply the print tip, like you said, and pick out your own, but now you know that for your body type
Yeah.
that works for you. Like, that was a realistic takeaway.
Yeah, I did
even
the
if you
French
didn't
tuck
like the
this
outfit.
week. I did the French tuck this week,
Yes,
and I
for your
loved
French
it.
tuck.
It looked so good. It made just look.
Yes,
It
honey.
just dressed it up. It like, you know what I like about the
Did
French?
you notice that like the French tuck appeared in every episode almost this season?
Oh,
Yes,
it's
it
huge.
has.
It's appearing everywhere. What I kind of like too about the French tuck is like you tuck it into the front and it kind of draws your attention to your
Exactly.
money
Oh my
spot.
God, I can't.
That's what I'm saying.
Hashtag bulge.
Hashtag ready sweatpants.
But no, so yeah, he did. And then, but I still like that Leo didn't like lose himself like after the whole Jonathan when he came wearing the black shirt with the tuxedo on it.
Yeah.
I know,
Which
I
is
was
like such like a
what's-
dude thing to
I know,
wear.
I was like, what is happening? I thought we were
But he
gonna
looked
change.
cute.
No, it was
Really
still
cute.
very him.
I know he loves logo shirts and stuff,
does.
so I like that
Yeah.
we didn't totally lose it.
He does
lose it.
love
I
logo
did
shirts.
love the blue button up that he put on after the fact.
Yeah.
though.
That was
the printed
my
one
favorite.
with
Yeah,
those
super
back colored
cute.
jeans, those boots. Did it.
That was my favorite, actually.
That was
Yeah.
my favorite too. That was my favorite too.
Good.
So let's talk a little bit. Bless his heart. Let's talk 5 seconds about Bobby. I mean, we can talk longer, but Bobby really. Charles said this last episode, and I agree. He does the most. And I like that we saw a little bit of that. I almost wish they kind of showed more, like they were building the bench, and
Yeah.
Bobby was like,
yeah.
"Don't put the air bit." Then I like that. I would like to see more because Bobby does so much,
He does.
so much. I mean, they knocked out a wall in their kitchen.
Well, someone did.
Well, yes.
Contractors.
Bobby was like,
Contracted.
all right, and go.
Contractors like Bobby's, yeah. But I feel like they could show that, like, home renovation's such a big deal right now. I kind of want them to show more of that.
I know,
I do
there's
too.
only so much.
Yeah, and those kind of shows do so well on TLC and other networks, like where you
Yeah.
get to see the process. I think bringing that in would do so much for us because otherwise it kind of looks like Bobby's useless because you never get
Yeah.
to see the process. It's like, oh, here you go, did your house over, and it's like it's cute, but you kind of miss where that connection is with him
Yeah.
and the person that they're taking care of.
Because he spends time. Because what Bobby talked about at the beginning of the episode is that he wanted to combine there's children's crap everywhere, and he wanted to
Right.
make an adult space and combine both spaces. So obviously, and I feel like if you think of like what Bobby did at the community center, that was incredible.
That was
that was my
crazy.
favorite. But I feel like in every challenge, or like the firefighters, the season 1 finale,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he really takes into account what is there and that's usable, and then what do the client or what do the makeover, what do they actually want? What did they
What they
say?
need, too.
He doesn't listen to, like I love trading spaces, but sometimes those designers just do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, totally.
And so I love that. And so I kind of just would like to see producers, Queer Eye, if you're listening to us, I don't know your life, but if you are, I'd like to see a little more of that.
Yeah, I love the bench. That was such a good
So
idea.
cute.
They could
Yeah.
fit 8 people
That's
on it.
huge.
Totally. And then the storage idea, I really feel like he listened to the client and really took that to its advantage. And I really do agree with Christina and you guys because shows like Fixer Upper and like
I miss
they're
Fixer Upper.
huge. So I
JoJo
really
and
feel
Chip.
like that aspect should dominate a little bit of the episode. You know what I mean?
Like give
Yeah.
us 5 minutes.
yeah, give us a couple
solid 5 minutes.
Like I think wouldn't it be funny to see like Bobby telling someone like Karamo or like Antoni like how to like screw on a cabinet door just to see how they do?
Well,
Exactly.
Look at me, I'm producing
That-
this show.
That would make sense because JVN had Bobby sit in on the pedicure part of the date.
Exactly.
They crossed over at many times. So like,
I
that
totally
would
forgot
be cute.
that. Yeah, and honestly, that was the only episode I kind of didn't like. I felt like that moment was filler.
That moment
Didn't
was
it feel like,
filler.
like
The
I like
pedicure
the
Jonathan was
yeah.
like the pedicure, and he's like, I'm gonna make a mask with all natural ingredients, and Bobby's kind of eating it. It was cute, but I was kind of like,
Yeah, that's what we
What
could have
is this
seen the Fixer
serving?
Upper part.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
But I
they were like
do-
they
I-
tried to add Bobby in there to give him something to do, just show him.
And you know what? I love Jonathan, but with the face masks. Boo, can you like put some sugar in there? I need some exfoliant. Like everything is very cream based. Like I need something that's gonna scrub. Like
I'm an oily girl who's sensitive
we
and
need
breaks
like a
out.
coffee scrub
I need
or something.
it.
Like,
Yes.
we need something with some texture. Boo.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Were you gonna say something, Christine?
I was just gonna say I do love parts of the episode where they get to kind of cross over in what they're doing, and
Yeah,
have them
I love
together.
that.
Like
Yeah.
when Karamo will bring Tan around for them to play around and talk about something. Like I like those crossover moments.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
definitely.
I do too. Bobby, we love you. We just want to see more of you. Okay, let's talk about Jonathan. So obviously, I read a quote that said where Jonathan was talking about, because I think a lot of people are always expect like if he sees a guy that has long hair and a big beard, he's immediately gonna cut it all short or he's gonna shave it. And he talked about, he
No.
said that's really. He's like, I feel like that's the point of a lot of older makeover shows. And for me, that's not the point. He's like, I really want to listen to them and do what's best for them.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I say that because I feel like he totes did that with
Yeah.
Leo in this episode. Like he would look so odd to me without. You could tell he liked the beard. It kind of gave him like.
You give him dimension.
Oh, it gave him daddy realness. Hug me when I'm crying. Hold me. It's fine.
And he's a fun personality. He even told him like, yeah, twirl up your beard, like do whatever. His mustache, like. He was still keeping his core personality.
You like the haircut?
I loved
it.
And I feel like that was like the only time where there was like chemistry between Jonathan and the guy. Like they were so close, and like the way he was like complimenting him, I thought they were gonna kiss, honestly.
I'm telling you.
And they did kiss. He was like, Mexico City kiss, and they kissed 4 times.
Oh.
You guys know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, it's like, mwah, mwah. Wait, it's one more, is it? And he kissed him again.
Yeah, it was really cute. I really like that.
I mean, to your point though, I did think that's what he was gonna do right away. Because the first thing he said when he walked in, he's like, "You look like you have like a chin strap, like that used to be there, and this hair. Oh my god!" So I was like, "Damn, he's gonna just take it all off." But he did right by him. He gave him a little something.
He did.
He kept it long on top. It was really cute.
Yeah.
It really he looks so much better with just the cropped beard and his hair.
Yeah.
Like when he was wearing a t-shirt, he still looked way put together.
Also, the hair coming all the way down his neck was not flattering. It made him look so much slimmer and more well kept when it just ends right here.
That's the thing. Now that I have a beard, I'm all nervous
The tapered
about
back had dimensions to it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that
There
too.
was like 2
where it doesn't like
sections.
shaved all the way.
Exactly. There was like some lightness to it, and then some like ombre effect almost.
It was an ombre.
It was an ombre.
Look at
but
you.
You know what I'm talking about?
I love more ways to make this show homosexual. Let's say the word ombre. I love it.
Hashtag ombre.
Hashtag ombre. But yeah, I think Jonathan, overall, I think the final thoughts on just kind of the collective of the episode, I think they knocked it out of the park on this one.
Totally.
And like you said, can we talk about what Bethany's reaction whenever she saw Leo?
Yeah, like I really feel like Javian was saying that for a reason, because he was like, "Oh, honey, she's gonna want to make a baby with you, and you better name him or her Vanessa or Jonathan." And I was just like thinking, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's like him flirting with him." But then when they saw each other, she was like, "You look really good."
She was, and I think we have a picture of him actually.
Let's pull it
Let's
up.
picture of Leo. There he's before.
That's the before. He was like the Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
a Mexican Santa Claus in the off
/
season.
Ron Jeremy realness.
And then look at him.
Cleaned up. And he has nice teeth too.
Yeah,
Look at that smile.
Love it.
Oh
Love
my
it. He
gosh.
He looks really happy.
And now in his little outro, kind of when he was talking to all of the guys, that's one of my favorite. That's the episode a lot where, and we're gonna get to our cry meter in a minute, but that's the episode a lot of times when I cry. But he said he was talking to the guys and thanking all of them, and he got a little emotional. And then Lian, you had a quote that you loved that he said as well.
We're gonna pull it up. It's our favorite part of the episode, Christine and I. And the quote says, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to influence somebody else like this. I'll try and pass on what I learned here. It's important we as dudes learn that." How cool is that?
I know. I love it. It's like taking it to. It's like the first one. What was her name? Teresa. The woman in the community center, in the church, who like put it back all on them, like
Tammy or something.
Yeah, I'm
Starts
blanking.
with
It was
T.
Tammy.
Yeah, I want to say.
I think so.
Whatever, tweet me, find it. But yeah, I love that quote because obviously, when someone gives you something, that's a beautiful thing about giving. When you get something, most people, because I don't think most people are selfish, you take it in and you're like, oh, I just want to. This feels so great. I want to give this to other people.
Yeah.
And it was definitely an emotional moment of the show. And speaking of emotional sugars, it's time for our special segment of the week. It's time for the Cry Meter segment. Yes.
Completely
Yes, we're not going to
ridiculous.
give up on them. Okay, everybody. So
1 to
Christine,
10.
1 to
Christine,
10.
you're first.
Ooh, I would
You're the guest.
say
1 to 10. 1 being cold-hearted bitch. 10 being to that guy on an interview, sobbing, ugly cry. What was your cry meter moment?
My cry meter was at like an 8, I would say. And my moment was for sure that quote we talked about because I really feel like it brought it all home. I was kind of emotional through the whole episode because Leo was so lovable.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't like, oh, he was like some, right-wing crazy person who lived in a hick town who I like, they have to make you grow on them to love them.
We wanted him from the get-go.
I just loved him from the
Totally.
get-go and I wanted to just like hug him and I knew this was going to be a slam dunk for them. So it was at an 8.
8,
I cried.
strong. Hollywood Lian.
Totally agree with Christine. It was an 8. And I agree with the moment as well. And I was totally emotional throughout the whole thing as well. It was just like a slight above the water, just peaking. And then when he brought up the quote, I was like, oh, yeah, that was good. But I didn't sob. Like, I have sobbed before. Queer Eye has made me lose it, ugly cry. Like, when you cry and then there's no sound and you're like... You know what I mean?
Oh my God. I wish our iTunes listeners could have seen that just now. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're definitely giving you visuals today, everybody, if you're listening on the podcast.
So yeah, that was my favorite. It was an 8. 8 over here. 8's over here.
8 across the board.
Across the board.
I'm not an 8 though. My cry meter, this is the one episode where I didn't get to, I want to say my cry meter was a 4.
Oh.
It's still touched. And
Yeah, it was a good episode.
But the episode, honestly, was seeing him kind of start to relax around all the other dads. Just because I think that's because he got a little teary earlier when he was talking about his kids.
Yeah.
And so for him to be able to show up as a dad, and I don't know, I think a dad thing, like my father didn't really have a dad, but my dad like really did his best to be a father for us. So when I see like a dad who's just trying his best, I always feel like it's not you don't have to do that. It's a choice. Anybody can be a parent, or a biological parent, but it's a choice to be a father. And the way that he's trying to push through that gave me a 4. Gives me a 5 now, just thinking of it. Okay, everybody.
I thought it was leading up to, you know what, I'm going to say it.
It's a 6.
I know, right? I was
And then
like,
it was
that was really
That was
beautiful.
a 4.
No,
Sorry.
Okay, everybody. So let's jump into some AfterBuzz news.
AfterBuzz TV News.
What you got this week?
We got, and my first step on this bandwagon, sugars. Okay. I tried to look up some stuff what's going on with Leo, what he was doing. Couldn't find a lot. But however, I love a show on Netflix called Nailed It. Have you ever seen this show?
No, I've heard of it though.
I've heard it's amazing.
Really funny. The comedian who's the host, what is her name? It's
Nicole Byer.
Nicole Byer. That girl is dirty and funny. She my people. And she is and they don't really censor her on this show. So she really can have at it. The way what Nailed It is about is, remember when you would look on like Facebook or Instagram when somebody would say like, oh, I'm gonna make a Wonder Woman cake, and then they show what the cake looked like before, and then they show that cake what they did, and it looked like, instead of Wonder Woman, it looked like Mary Steenburgen and like the latest, I don't know, like terrible. So, and then they would put hashtag Nailed It. That's literally where this show came from. Well, so anyway, the Fab Five this week are on Nailed It. So be sure to check that out. Speaking of cross promotion, they're all wearing aprons in this picture, except for Antoni, who looks really hot and is he really rocks this Fred from Scooby-Doo scarf.
He does.
Doesn't he look like Fred from Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
I
love it.
I want him in the mystery van.
Oh, Jesus. Boy, that mystery got solved real quick.
Oh my God,
real
that's
quick.
too much.
Okay.
And that little logo on the right side, it was Entertainment Weekly, and they were
Yeah.
on the cover of Entertainment Weekly.
Oh, they were on the cover of Entertainment Weekly not too
Yes.
long ago.
Yes,
So
yes.
Fab Five are blown. They've got like 1 million followers now on Instagram. I'm happy for them. So normally we have after, but we don't do have predictions of this show because we are going to be in the present moment. We don't know what's going to happen next week, but you can find out when you're here next Sunday, and you can tune in. So you guys, that's the show. We kind of flew through this one. I think next episode the person who's transgender.
No, next episode is the Burning Man.
Oh,
Burning
yeah.
Man guy.
Okay.
This guy.
So you've already seen the episode, right?
Yeah, I have.
Oh,
I didn't.
we haven't.
Sorry, I've binged the entire season.
Okay.
already.
So you know what I was talking about earlier.
I do.
Yeah, that's why we don't watch, because I don't want to get too excited before. But we are going to be back here next Sunday. So, panel, Lian, Christine, tell them where they can find you.
You guys can find me all over social media at Christine Being with 3 E's. Like I said, I host The Bachelorette after show right here on this channel, so be sure to check us out on Mondays.
And we
3
hope you come
E's.
back.
I know. I'd
Please
love to
do.
come back with you guys.
Come back with your 3 E's. You're
We got
fabulous.
a space because James has left us because James is homophobic. That's
Don't
why. I'm
say
kidding.
that.
He's not homophobic. James had opportunities, but he wanted me to say that he loves everybody.
What he's scared of is our makeover.
Yeah. Lian, what about you?
Guys, you can find me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lian. Check me out on Wednesday nights, the host of The Real Housewives of New York City.
Which is the best one?
Oh my gosh, the boat episode is coming up on July 11th. We're going to take a little break on the 4th, but we'll be back. It's going to be amazing. Check us out. And we're going to have a guest.
We're going to have a guest. And y'all, be sure to check me out. We're doing Southern Charms on Thursday nights, and it is the finale of Southern Charms.
I hate Ashley.
So, Trashly, we hate her. So be sure to check that out on Thursday nights here on reality TV at AfterBuzz. And you can find me at the Matt Marr, 2 T's, 2 R's. And y'all, queer it up this week. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
That was fun.
Seriously, talk to Bree.